Hello, we're here for our episode Let's Beat Breast Cancer and Creating Cancer Awareness. We're here with Patricia.
Hi, how are you, Pao?
Good, thank you. And I'm Paola. Patty, tell us about yourself.
Well, I'm Patty. How are you? And I was diagnosed with breast cancer May 31st of this year, 6 months ago. Well, I kind of knew it was cancer at that time, but not until you receive the news you actually get like, oh my goodness, this is what it is. This is not a dream; it's real. Well, I kind of knew before I was diagnosed because I tend to have breast cysts. One of them, they keep moving around your breast sometimes, but one of them got, let's say, it didn't move at all, and it kept growing and growing and growing, and I could see it because it was on the side of my breast, and a certain point it grew like little kind of mountains around, and I could feel it
Like little bumps.
like little bumps, but little, very little. And I say, well, this is something to worry about. Then I went to make an appointment with the doctor, and they gave me the appointment for like 3 months, and then I went to one of those mobile places where they do your mammogram, and they say this is something to worry about. Then for some reason I found the doctor that I'm supposed to go, and this doctor told me, you know what, I believe this is cancer, and well, that's when I realized, okay, well, this is something. This is true. This is not a dream anymore. Then the doctor met with different doctors, and she said, you know what, we all talked, and what you have is something called HER2 positive, which is HER2 positive with progesterone positive, estrogen positive, which is called triple positive. And it is an aggressive cancer. Even though yours is 1B, like a stage 1B, it acts fast. So we have to move fast in order for it not to spread that fast.
So it's an aggressive type of cancer.
It is an aggressive type of cancer. The mass that it had was 5 centimeters on my right breast, and it had 5 millimeters on the nodes, lymph nodes. Yes, and it wasn't just one; it just the biggest one was 5 millimeters.
So you have several of them in the lymph nodes.
Yes. And well, right now I'm on my 4th chemo. Well, I was gonna say it wasn't easy to actually get into a chemo treatment because I'm into, go to the natural way. Just I read so many books and I watched so many videos, and I said, well, some people have cured themselves, so maybe I can do the same, right? So, but then when I realized my type of cancer, which was very aggressive, and I said, well, maybe I need both. So that's what I did. I did chemo, and I did my
natural. You combined the two.
I combined the two.
So let's go back to how did you find out? You said that touching yourself, so about doing, looking at yourself, taking a shower, self-examination.
Well, just look at myself in the mirror, and I said, well, this thing that I have is growing and it's not moving. And that's when I realized I have something more than just a cyst.
I know you told me that you had cysts from the last 10 years and you kept checking them out. You have removed them in a surgery previously.
Yes.
But they came back.
They came back. When you tend to produce cysts, they usually come back if you don't take the precautions. I mean, the precautions are do not drink coffee. That's what they told me. You shouldn't be drinking coffee. And take vitamin E at the moment. That's what they recommend. Which I did at a certain point, then, kind of, I don't want to do it anymore. So I kept drinking coffee and no vitamin E anymore. But anyway, I drank alcohol most of the time. I might say of the 7 days of the week, I might say 4 to 5 days a week.
Like a little glass here and there, which we all used to do.
Right, right. But it was kind of often. And I stopped, of course, as soon as I realized back in March.
So, what was the most challenging part that you encountered while when they told you you have breast cancer?
When they tell you the news, you kind of know what it is, but then it was little by little how to actually put it into your brain and do something about it. I did step by step all the things that I'm supposed, well, what I learned. I read a lot, I watched a lot of videos, as I said, but the most challenging part was telling my daughters what I had. And one day I said, well, this is the right moment because we're in the house by ourselves. Why don't I do it right now? So I tell them, hey, Mama, well, I have breast cancer. And my daughter, she's 10 years old, she goes, no, Mommy, no, you, Mama, no. And it was tough. It was tough. Immediately, we both started crying, and the 5-year-old, 5-year-old, the moment she said, "Mama, you have cancer," and I say, "Yes, that's what the doctor said." But the good thing is that because I have the triple positive, there is treatment for it,
They
and it's
have
very
a
effective.
they have a specific target treatment for your type of cancer.
Yes. So, and I told them that, and they said, "Well, are you gonna be cured? Are you gonna lose your hair? Are you gonna die, Mama?" And I said, "Well, let's go little by little, but no, Mama is gonna survive. Mama is a fighter, and we're gonna do this together." And that's another part. What been happening to me is not. It's not only me. It's not only Patty. It's my family. We're all passing through this. I have had all the support from my family members, aunties, grandmas, good friends, um, you name it. People you don't even know they love you so much until you give them the news and they show it in so many ways. So and you feel loved, and it's a very important part of the healing process.
So we talk about having your family in another country because you've been living in this country for over 22 years, 23 years. We know each other since then, but then your family is not here. Tell me how you feel. What is that like?
As I said before, you're not here alone. Even though it's my husband and my daughters are here, and my whole family is back in Venezuela, I never felt alone, never. Because I think technology and our cell phones, they get us all together. As soon as I told them about what I have, the love that I received from them, the praying that I received from them is it's wonderful. They keep praying for me, for my health, for my well-being, for my family's well-being, and I'm grateful for that.
You mentioned to me before that, off camera, of course, that you do have two group tests with your family in Venezuela, one from your father's side and one to your mother's side.
Yes.
What you did was, how were you breaking the news and telling the process? Can you explain a little bit?
I said, well, since I have the good news, I told them, well, this is me, Patty, just letting you know that I just been diagnosed with breast cancer, and this is the type of cancer, and I've been doing I've been doing a lot of plant-based food, a lot of energy healing, hypnotism. I've been growing my faith with God. and I told them everything that I've done, so they don't tell you, "Hey, Patty, do this. Hey, Patty, do that. Hey, Patty." So I try to cover everything, so they are like, "Okay, I think she knows
got
what
it.
she's doing. She knows
She
what she's
got
doing."
this.
And believe me, every one of them say, "Well, I think you're doing it just right." Um, that's what it was.
So there is one thing that I want to expand on. What is that one thing that you would say that we forget to do for ourselves because we get so caught up in our daily life to do things for everybody else? Because I know Patricia for 22 years and she's always able to do everything. Multitasking and giving attention to every single person. There wasn't a birthday that she wasn't happy birthday, Paola, everything, and to everybody, not only to myself. So give us a reminder of what do we need to do and what are we forgetting about?
Well, life is, we have so many things in life. Let's say we're our universities, schools, kids, work, and so many things. Our social life, and sometimes we forget about ourselves. Sometimes, and at certain points in our life, we get reminded of that, like who you are, where are you heading to, and because we forget about ourselves. If we have food in the plate, we give it to someone else and we forget about ourselves. Sometimes we do, and I know I did, and I know I've done it. I know Paola have done it too, and we forget that first you gotta be yourself. Love yourself. Don't forget about you. You're first, you're second, you're third, then the rest. And we have to build our self-esteem, our positivism, our love, our goals,
Our faith.
our faith. So don't forget about you.
Perfect. What will be a piece of advice that you can give to every woman out there or every spouse that has a wife that's going through the process or a family member that's going through the process? What do we need as women that go through this fight?
Well, you're not alone. You're not alone, and believe in yourself, and you have support. Even though people say, well, I'm here alone. You have a husband, you have a family. No, you have support. Believe me, you can find support in your church, at your, I don't know, working group. In so many ways you can find support, and people, believe me, people are good, people are nice. And when you say you're passing through this, because this is just passing through this, and there is a reason to pass through this, and you're gonna get stronger. But don't forget about yourself. You're first, you're second, and you're third. Then the rest.
Thank you, Patty.
Thank you, Paul.